Bitcoin news, Yahoo. Oh, Yahoo, very trustworthy people, Yahoo Finance. But the information here is good. The people who have been investing in the Bitcoin ETFs, for lack of a better term, have diamond hands. I don't know that I would call it diamond hands, but this is still a pretty strong indication here.
I want to talk about ETF flows real quickly, and that's because even though we saw some flows out of ETFs last Friday, I was tracking the Thursday to Thursday flows, and despite all of this pressure, all the selling and all the volatility that we've seen over the last month, we're still seeing inflows into the ETFs, and I think that's a positive story. You take out those two Grayscale ETFs, so spot Bitcoin and spot Ether ETFs that have higher fees, we actually had additions of about $250 to $300 million in those ETFs from Thursday to Thursday. So on that front, it looks like the new people who are investing in these ETFs, for lack of a better term, they have diamond hands. Also want to consider that the dollar is up today. So we're seeing not only Bitcoin, a little bit of a weakness in Bitcoin, but we're seeing some strength in the dollar. And interestingly, we're also seeing record highs in gold. So maybe something's underfoot there, something we'll be tracking in the hours and days to come. Guys, I want to...
Wait, what? Hold on. Let me watch that again. Uh-oh, our internet's fading here. Too much Yahoo. All right, let me watch that again. I want to rehear that part.
Also want to consider that the dollar is up today. So we're seeing not only Bitcoin, a little bit of a weakness in Bitcoin, but we're seeing some strength in the dollar. And interestingly, we're also seeing record highs in gold. So maybe something's underfoot there, something we'll be tracking in the...
Okay, let me think about that. So he just told us that for the week, when we saw Bitcoin go down 25%, and the ETF holders, a net inflows of $300 million. And he's somehow telling us that there's weakness in Bitcoin. How does that work? I feel like that's very, very positive for Bitcoin, not weakness. Anyways, so that's good news. We watched like I said, we watched the video yesterday on BlackRock. BlackRock's Bitcoin journey was very interesting. So if you're a Bitcoin journeyman or somebody who is in the living in the future community, you can go back and watch that video yesterday. We sped it up a bit. We had some good conversations about BlackRock. It was interesting. They had one of their employees there from 2018. He was talking about how BlackRock went from where they were when he started to today. He was talking about his conversations with financial advisors and how much they plan on allocating to Bitcoin ETF. And he talked about how there's three different types of investors here. And I forget what he used, but the second two, he said that it's going to be a much longer journey for them. And one of them was the advisors, the financial advisors to get there. And the other one was institutions like the big money, like Morgan Stanley, like who else did he say? The big banks. He said it's going to be a much longer journey for them to actually be able to access the Bitcoin ETF. There's a lot of things within their corporate structure that don't allow them to hold ETFs. But the point of that, one of the main things that he talked about was that in 6 months, BlackRock, through everything we've seen in the last 6 months, BlackRock has had one day. One day. It's actually 7 months or 8 months now almost. But they've had one single day where they had net outflows. And I don't really care if you like it or you hate it. That does not matter. It's not really up to you, and you have no ability to change it. But the fact that the biggest institution, the biggest company on earth, has been buying Bitcoin for 8 months straight, and they've had one day where they've had negative outflows. Just like to me, there's absolutely no reason why every single financial advisor on the planet, when you see that, forget everything else, forget the technology, forget the fixed supply, forget the banking for everybody, forget everything else involved with Bitcoin. The fact that BlackRock, the biggest company on earth, has accumulated 2% of the total supply, and in 8 months they've had one single day where they had negative outflows. Any financial advisor who sees that and does not recommend their clients hold some Bitcoin should be sued to oblivion for that. I don't care. I don't say what you want. Come after me. I don't really care. It's just insane that these people who are responsible for their clients' wealth, all the energy, all the time they put into their whole life, they trust with the financial advisor. And I get it that some can't actually do it. He talked about the solicited versus unsolicited Bitcoin availability, but it's wild to me. What else did we have here? Exactly. Numbers do not lie. You cannot disagree with that. You cannot object to the fact that the biggest company on the planet has been buying Bitcoin every single day for 8 months, and they've had one day with net outflows. Crazy.